Good day, installers. I'm going to run a quick video here, training video. With the Logger1000, it is now possible to do the cascading feature, that is the master slave, by using the WLAN instead of the Ethernet network. Now this is going to make your life a lot easier. Now I'm only going to cover the WLAN settings in this. All the other commissioning is on all different videos and different data sheets and all the rest of it. So let's move on. Okay, now an example site layout. There's different layouts. It can be commercial, it can be residential, but in this layout here you've basically got a main building with your inverters. They can be hybrid or grid inverters, and you've got your modem and you have a slave logger, and somewhere else at your main switchboard you've got your meter and the master logger. Now as long as these are both on the same WLAN network, it'll be fine. Okay, so the preparations, I'll just briefly mention those just so you don't forget. Generally, when you're setting up, you're going to designate which Logger1000 will be the master. It's the one that the meter is connected to. So you use this one here to create the iSolar Cloud plant by scanning the QR code there. Now, when you're setting up the plant, it will ask you if you want to add other devices. It's got the little plus symbol. You do that for any other slave loggers. So you basically tap the plus and you scan the QR code of the slave loggers so that they're all uploading to the same iSolar Cloud plant. Oops, I just gone ahead of myself. There it is there. Okay, also you're going to previously do the commissioning. You're going to initialize all the inverters and set them to the grid standard, etc. And you're going to connect them to the loggers and do all the normal commissioning on the loggers there. Okay, now, once you've done that, you want to enable the WLAN and connect all the loggers. So log in to the master logger first, and you're going to do this with all loggers, master and slave. Once you've logged in, go on the menu on the left, select system, you get the drop down box, go to port parameter, and you go to Wi-Fi, and it will give you this screen here. That's disabled by default, so you enable the WLAN, it will scan for networks. So you just select which network you want and it'll ask you to put the password in, and then you will see, once it all connects up, you will see this little Wi-Fi thing light up orange. That means you've got your WLAN communication, and after a short while it will communicate to the cloud, and this will light up here like that. Okay, now the slave loggers or slave logger, you need to get the IP address of any of the slaves and note it down. Okay, so for example, this is a slave logger. I've logged in by WLAN, and if you go to system run information, it shows WLAN client IP address. There it is there. Zoom up there. So note this down as being the slave 1 or slave 2, whatever. Okay. Now back into the master. Once you've got the IP addresses, you go back into the master, and on the setup wizard it looks like this, and you click add device. Now this is the same as if you were adding a meter. When you added the meter, you selected add device, so we're going to do this for the loggers as well. Okay, and it will open up this dialog box here. This one here, this is the scroll down. So device type, you're going to select SunGrow Logger. It will select net by default. You will have to do the cascaded scheduling open. Okay, offers closed and open. Open the scheduling. It will by default, it will select Modbus TCP. you put the IP address of the slaves in here. So you're going to, if you've got two slaves, you'll do this twice. And scroll down a bit, you see the slave IP address there. Always connect in port 502 for all of them, okay? And it will populate this automatically as well. Just make sure it is SG Logger, beginning address 247, and just leave it as quantity 1 and then save. So you do that for all of your slave loggers, and once you've done that, on the master, just to check that they are communicating, you just go from the menu on the left, you go into device and device list here, and it will show you all the loggers. This is from our system at our warehouse in Smithfield, and we have these slave loggers connected, okay? And they should all show green communication link, okay? If that is red, it means there's no communication. You'll need to check that one out. So just make sure they're all communicating, and you can go up onto the website, onto the Isola cloud, and you should be able to see them there. Now, energy management system. Now this is for hybrids only, to be able to control the battery charging and discharging. Once again, on the master, if you look up here, the default actually is data logger, but you just do that drop down box and you'll select energy management system, okay? And that will manage the battery charging, discharging for the whole system. Okay, and that's in the master, only on the master, you don't touch the slaves. Okay, a couple of hints and tips. I say it's very quick, it's very easy to do. The only problems you might come across is Wi-Fi signal strength or something like that. There are plenty of commercially available apps to scan for Wi-Fi signal strength. This is a screenshot of where I am right now, and I'm in the Sungrow office at level 6, and you can see the Wi-Fi signal is -42, which is pretty good. It should always be better than -70. Okay, once you go below -70, it's starting to become a weak signal and you could get dropouts. If you do have a low signal, there's a couple of ways round about it. You can use higher gain antennas. You can buy this stuff commercially, different places. It's not that hard to get a hold of. Just make sure that it is all for 2.4 gigahertz, which is the Wi-Fi band. That's like the outdoor Yagi style. I can't remember what the gain is on that. I think it's 11 dBm or something. So that will give you a bit of a signal boost. Generally speaking, you're going to get between two loggers, you should be able to get up to maybe about 100 meters. Clear air line of sight. Obviously, if there's something walls in between, it's going to be less than that. If you do need to extend the cable, you can buy pre-made extension leads. I've bought them before, or you can make up your own. Just make sure that it is the proper 2.4 gigahertz coaxial cable. And of course, these SMA plugs and adapters are all available commercially as well. I think I remember buying some J-Car electronics. I think they've got all the stock. So this is all generally easily available. Just make sure I say that it is 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi compatible, and you can usually extend the range a little bit by doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I suggest maybe you just go back to the beginning, watch the video again, and then take your video with you on site, and as you're setting up, just watch the video as you're doing it, and that should be working okay. I've done it, I know it works.